All right, y'all. Third time's a charm. Let's try this again. I done took this video like 3 times. Uh, I wanted to do it when I had to go out and walk slash run. Help get me outside at least. It was raining a little bit earlier. If you're anything like me, you don't run in the rain. We just don't do it. It's just not something you do. But anyway, let's talk about the 24-hour race I did last Saturday. It's been 7 days now. I feel recovered. I feel fully healed. Like way better than my last 24-hour race. But this one was a Henson Lake 24. Probably one of the best races I've ever ran, and also one of the best courses I've ever been on. Everything about Henson Lake 24, which is in North Carolina, the food. They had the best food ever. We're not talking snacks. We ain't talking jails. We talking legit food. Like they had a grill out there. They had the best grilled cheese sandwiches. They did grilled cheese on like tortillas and also bread, which both were good. They did pizza at like I think it was like 3 or 4 o'clock. They brought the pizza out there. Before that, they did burgers, cheeseburgers, which were so good. Oh my goodness. You know you do good at a race whenever after a 24-hour race, you weigh the same as you did the day before. Because I know on my watch, it said I burnt, it was like 11,000 active calories. I know the watch ain't like completely accurate, but it's probably close. It was probably still around like 8 or 9,000. Because I mean, I was moving the whole time. So yeah, let's talk strategy. For anybody that's going in to try to hit that 100 miles in 24 hours, don't go out the gate hot. Like, take it easy. You got to remember, it's 24 hours. Like, you running hard for 5 hours, what is that doing for you? Like, you can't bank miles. That was my first mistake at my first 24 hours. I was like, okay, I'm doing good. I'm moving fast. I feel like I could bank some miles. But no, once your legs are done, you're done. Like, that's it. So try to reserve some of that energy and that strength in your legs and everything. Save that. Like, you still want to be able to run and jog at nighttime or overnight. Whenever you're feeling tired and you're getting in your headspace, you really want to be able to run during them hours. Especially, I mean, it gets dark, especially when no one's around. You still want to be able to run. It's real easy to have negative thoughts. It's real easy to get inside your own head and be like, you know what, like I'm good here. Like, let me call it. Because I almost did that again. I hit 100K. I hit 100K at probably 13 and a half hours. And I went another couple laps. And then at that point, I was at like 64, 65 miles. And I was like, you know what, I'll just take a little break. My legs were feeling it. My feet were feeling it at the time. My stomach wasn't sitting well, probably because I ate all the burgers and everything else. But it was worth it. So I went in my car, I sat down, and I ended up taking a nap. I took like a 3.5 hour nap. I was not on the course for probably a total of like 4 hours. So you got to think, I ended up hitting 80 miles in 20 hours. So I know I got it in me to do it. It's just a matter of strategy and figuring out what works for me. I was getting to know a lot of runners out there, and they all had different strategies. Training was different for everybody. Some people had the run for 4 minutes, walk for 2. I ran with one chick who, the course was a 1.5 mile loop. So she would run 5 laps, 5 loops, and then she would walk 1, which helps. I ran with another guy, super cool guy. He would run for 10 minutes, walk for 1 minute. And honestly, that worked. That was a good one. But yeah, everybody's got different strategies going into it. They don't always stick with it, but at least they have a strategy going into it. I usually don't have a strategy. I usually go into it and I'm like, just hit between 12 and 14 minute miles and you'll be fine. Easier said than done, because you get out there, you get excited. I have a tip for you though. For people that get excited, like I do, start in the back. Like, there was 400 people out there starting. So start in the back. It will force you to slow down and also take your time getting into the race, getting into the run. Because like I said, it's 24 hours. It's a long time. For anybody that's wanting to, hold on a second. All right, got tired of being lazy. So for anybody that's wanting to dip into endurance running, do long distance, I recommend you sign up for a 24-hour. We have several of them in North Carolina. They got them in South Carolina. I'm not sure about Tennessee, but I wouldn't mind doing one in Tennessee. Virginia, sign up for them. They're usually a lot cheaper than a 50K, marathon, anything else. There's no pressure. Nobody's really racing, you know, like everybody's out there to mingle, have a good time with people. Also, it's an easy way to get a bunch of miles in. Some people go out there and walk the whole time. Some people go out there just to eat, like me. It's like all you can eat buffet all day long. I think I paid like $45. It was something like that, 45. And a lot of them have live music. So, I mean, it's entertaining. I mean, you got plenty of things going on. The one that I got coming up, apparently they got big screens out there, and they're gonna be playing the college football games, which is gonna be nice. Yeah, sign up for a 24. I still want to do a 100-mile race just because there's a 30 to 35 hour cutoff. And if I had 30 hours at this race, I would have hit that 100 easy. 30 hours is a long time. That gives you time to take a nap, relax, take time in between, like run 5-10 miles, and you could take a good little break in between each one. Other than that, the race went really good. I was happy with it. I wasn't disappointed like I was the last one, just because the biggest accomplishment is staying out there for 24 hours. Like, the feeling you get from staying out there for 24 hours is so satisfying. Oh my gosh. It's like hitting 100 miles would have been fun. It would have been exciting. I would have been happy. But I was just as happy hitting the 24-hour. Like, because a lot of people will go out there for 5-6 hours, leave, go home, take a nap, do whatever they got to do, and they'll come back at like 4 or 5 in the morning and finish the race up. So there's no rules to it. You basically do whatever you want, and they're usually around $40 to $50. Some of these races I look at for like 50K or 50 milers are like $100, $150, which makes no daggone sense. What are you paying for? Like, no, you don't have to do that. But my experience was good. The food was good. I was able to run 1.5 miles the day after, like Monday. My legs were good. So I guess training the high mileage, like I was training anywhere from 50 to 70 miles each week, every week for like 22 weeks or something like that. I talked to some people that probably only do 30 to 40 miles a week, and they were still able to hit what I did. So you don't have to train super high mileage to do well at a 24-hour race. So if you're somebody that only runs 20 or 30 miles a week, still sign up for it, and you'll be amazed at what you'll be able to accomplish in that 24 hours. Just take it slow, real slow. But you're probably going to be sore as crap the next day. Probably. I don't know. I got really lucky. I really did. My feet, I didn't get blisters. The only thing was chafing. I chafed that. If y'all know how to prevent, chafing, let me know. It's usually my armpits and my butt, like baby powder, and I've heard spandex shorts. I just need to get some spandex and run in spandex shorts instead of run shorts, I guess. But if you have any other tips, let me know. Also, if you know of any 24-hour races in your area or your state, let me know. And if you've done any, comment below and tell me about it. But yeah, that was my experience. I highly recommend doing a 24-hour if you haven't yet. There's no pressure. And I promise you, it'll be the best experience you've had racing at any run, any race. Like, check it out. Thank you for watching.